Thank you very much, Riv, and we're joined by the man of the hour, Coach Loco Doco from TSM.
Hi.
So coming into that game, right, you know you're facing Cloud9 team, historically very big favorites against you guys. This is your second win ever against C9 in professional play. What was the plan heading in?
We actually meant to first pick Braum. We knew they would pick, we were planning on running a TF comp, and we knew they would run Fizz. Rengar jungle, we didn't really expect, but we just had a really solid plan on how we were going to play TF, and the guys pulled it off.
Why go for a why come in saying, okay, it's Cloud9, we want to run Twisted Fate? Like, what is that thought process?
It's not even that we're playing against Cloud9. Like, just watching how they play, I realized they play really well with TF, and that was a comp that I wanted to develop, and I knew Bjergsen could be really good with, so it didn't really matter who we were playing against. I just wanted to play a TF comp, and we did it.
Did anything change in pick spans that you could see, as a coach on the sideline, when Cloud9 are locking in all these assassins and invisible characters, or were you expecting a lot of that coming in?
We expected Fizz. Rengar was a surprise pick, but other than that, like, it was pretty standard. Okay,
well, yourself as coach coming into TSM, coming into a team that's already halfway through a split, what was your game plan just overall, coming over to the United States and joining TSM?
I mean, just get them to be good and make playoffs and go back to Korea for Worlds.
So where do you start with a team like that? Do you come in and you just want to change your scrim schedule, or is it...
Scrim schedule, how they wake up, what they eat, and just the general mindset. Like, Glaive and Amazing, the Reddit posts and Twitter posts, it was wrecking them. So no social media for them, and they played so aggressive, and they actually did their job. Glaive had a lot of great flash plays, and Amazing made early ganks, something they weren't doing weeks before. So really happy with how things turned out.
You mentioned changing around like sleep schedules, scrim schedules. Like, what is the regimen you're putting TSM on?
We're not completely on it yet, but it's like sleeping around midnight and waking up around 8 and 9. This is like, I think that's a really good schedule to be on. Like, wake up in the morning. We live really close to a nice beach. Walk down to the beach and come back in the morning for minimum exercise. Just little stuff like that.
All right, so let's start talking a little bit about the in-game play here from TSM on this game. We have first play coming up is going to be the First Blood, if we can get this on your screen. This is one where TSM, since you guys have the blue side duo bottom around Dragon, you have control of the area. However, Cloud9 come to contest it. As the coach on the sideline, what was going through your mind as this play is happening?
This is a free kill. Like, this is what I thought. Like, this is our First Blood. Great positioning by Amazing and Glaive, Dyrus, all of them waiting there. Dyrus has E learned here instead of W, and he didn't get the double damage proc off on E, which he should have during the CC, and that would have been a kill on Lemon. That's something I would like to see. But still, like, Fizz missing all this farm and him getting killed early, it alleviates a lot of pressure for TF, because TF has a really hard time early game versus Fizz. I think that really put us ahead.
And so, looking at this game and realizing like their whole team is full of assassins, I know no like 2 games of League are ever alike, but like how do you coach a team into playing against sort of different types of team comps, like reacting to a different setup every game?
Realize your own win conditions and realize their win conditions, and just pull off yours better. Like, their win condition right there, or with their comp, was just team fights and picks, and our win condition was split push and getting vision and making picks also. And we just pulled it off better. We had better vision control, and when you run TF, it's really important that the AD and TF have good synergy, because the gold cards, the AD and TF need to stay together in team fights and pick people off one by one, like the front lines, and Turtle and Bjerg pulled it off really well.
So you have to get that coordination kind of across classes then. Is there a way that you kind of up that synergy? You just kind of let them know, like when you're running TF, like make sure you guys do this in the scrims, and you see that kind of progress throughout the games?
Because Bjerg and Amazing will pick a lot of the fights. I always say, like, when we're running TF comp, make sure Turtle is in position before you do it. And Turtle, communicate when you're out of position, and don't let them fight like when we're out of position.
All right, well, we have one more replay. This is going to be a 3 kills for TSM by the red buff here. You can get this one on your screen. This is a bit later, after you guys do have a pretty handy leg up in the game. So walk us through this one.
Okay. Oh, okay. This fight, they committed so much on Turtle, but Turtle still lived, and he can get his full damage off now on Shyvana. And Dyrus got the kill on Meteos after he committed and used all his damage. So now it's just easy cleanup. And then high commits right there, and Glaive gets such a good play off right there.
So You were talking before a lot about win conditions, and a lot of the guys have been using that term. Basically, those are like the strengths of the team comp that you have picked. What fights will be an advantageous scenario for you guys, and you want to obviously fight as many of those as possible. How do you go about coaching a team in that? Do you bring examples of specific team comps and say, this is a team comp that has a lot of mobility, and they're going to want to do X, X, and X? Or how do you bring that to the attention of your players?
We go through the pick and bans like in scrims, and after the pick and bans are over, I talk to the guys like, okay, this is what you need to do with your comp. If you have an Italy, then you poke and you get side vision and make sure you don't get flanked. If you have TF, then you have strong laners that can coordinate ganks with them. Just talk about win conditions, and if they don't pull it off right in game, just go through the replay and show like you should have been doing this and this there. Just go over what they did wrong.
So speaking of going over replays, then you guys just finished your match. You have some time now to collect yourselves and think to tomorrow's game against Complexity. Have you guys thought about that yet, or is it going to be, bounce from this and go?
Well, I want to watch what Complexity plays today and scout a bit. We have something planned, and depending on what they played today, we're going to adjust our second plan on what we use.
So you come into a week actually knowing what you're going to play in Game 1 and Game 2?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's good to hear that you guys I don't know, I'm always curious to see how teams kind of prepare.
Is the thing you're looking at them to play Rengar on Westrise, or is it more of a mid lane oriented I
can't tell you, Cody.
Okay. I think it's Rengar on Westrise. That's what everybody's looking at.
We'll see that when it happens. Okay, so from here, you guys have looked a whole lot better. How long do you guys hit number 1?
I mean,
how long?
Because I know you want to hit number 1. I know your goals are world. That's a free question.
Yeah.
I want to know how long it takes to hit that.
If we can keep this up, I feel like we're gonna have a positive record versus everyone. How many games does it take for us to get number 1?
Right now, you're what, 3 games back of first? So if you can cause 3 losses on Dig.
So it's gonna take 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks first play. I like
Don't
that.
quote me on that.
Too
Don't
late.
quote me on
It's
that. Don't
already
quote me on
happened.
that.
Look at
Oh, God.
2014, 2 weeks first place. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into our next match with Evil Geniuses taking on LMQ. The summer split continues right after this. 2 weeks.